Oh, we good over here, man. Yeah, we good over here, man. What up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. What is up? Jesus. It's a little dark over here. You guys okay? Can you see me? What is going on, man? What's the happening, Tim Black's Wolfpack? My people, my people, my people. Yo, man, what a night. I got something cooked up for you. Check it out, guys. First things first, though. What's up to my people on YouTube, man? What's going on, Buck Bewley, master of ceremonies, in the comments section, my brother? Man, Buck, what's up, man? Hope the volume's okay. What is cracking, Buck? What's up, Pauline and La La Cha Cha? Michelle Bell. Who's in the house? Marvin C. My man up in here. My man Marvin came through. Yo, what up, Tim? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, brother. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Tim Black? It's good to see you in Cali. It's always sunny in Cali, bro. Bro. That's my man Marvin C. What's up, fam? Yeah. We are good, fam. We are excellent. I got my tea on deck tonight, man, for all my Tim Black people in the house. We feeling good. Black Mamba, Josie Justice. Josie Justice and Black Mamba in the house. Yeah, I'm skinning and grinning. But not a sellout grin. I just feel good, Johnson. I feel real good. I feel like tonight's going to be good. Kat Negrita, Ramona Lawson. What is up? Michelle, I got you, Michelle. My people have decided to come out tonight, and it's a beautiful thing. What's up, Young? What's up, Ben? What's up, Professor Truth? What's up, James Summerler? Revelator? It's time for the Revelator. It's time for the Reader. What's up, Rita? It's time for my people. We looking good. We looking good. Man, I like this. I like this, man. When things are going well, man. You know. Let's see, man. Maybe it's a little dreary. Maybe it's a little dreary. It's a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, a little bit more lighter. All right, guys. So check this out, man. If you're new to the channel, let me tell you what you can expect tonight. Okay. This is a U.S. politics channel. We talk U.S. politics, breaking news, Black culture. I get all those three things put into every show. My job is to not pull punches. My job, frankly, is to say what you don't normally hear on cable news. The truth. Yeah, that's the only job I got, man. It's not to please sponsors. It's not to fit in with the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. My job, my only job is to put it down. Leave no stone unturned, and leave no punch unthrown. Leave it all in the field. Leave it all on the field. Knock the dust off that propaganda. Yo, what's up, people? We good? We good? Right. In the words of John Witherspoon, may he rest in peace. Bang, 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 bang. Good morning. Good evening, mothers. All right, so let's do this, man. Look, I'm feeling pumped up. Elizabeth Looney, JD Informant, Earl the Manker. What's going on, man? Look, I'm going to get to it. Robert, what's up? 100. What's up? Trust no party. That's it. Trust no party. Both parties suck. Okay, look, guys. Tonight's show is Democrats in denial as they ignore the 2024 wipeout. You know, we've all had experiences where a friend of ours got their ass kicked. I mean, they lost the fight. They got beat up. But in their mind, they did good. But we both knew your face got a lot of punches. You ain't do so good. All right? But you know, they're in denial. They don't want to accept that. Okay. And look, that comes with pride. With the Democrats, it's a little something extra called donor money. Yeah, they got donor money riding on this. They got future donations they're thinking about. So they gotta sell the dream, man. They gotta pretend to people. They gotta keep the lie going, man. So we're gonna expose all that tonight, plus then some, man. I'm really hoping that you guys will share this out. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button already. Hit the like button, Facebook and Twitter. Oh yeah, Facebook and Twitter, folks. I need you to come on over to the YouTube channel, hit the like button. This helps us in the algorithm. Come hit the like button. Let the algorithm know that this is a good show. Other people need to know about it. If the algorithm gets that message, they'll send it out to more people. So more people get to find out what you already know. We're about to destroy. All right, what else? This show is brought to you by you, not corporate sponsors, not any parties. So support this channel. Become a member of the Tim Black Show. Become a VIP of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Get private, special stuff, access to the Tim Black, me, of course, and also our catalog of content. We do a lot of content around here. I pride myself on being the hardest working man in independent media. Find somebody to work harder than me. You won't. All right, guys, let's do this, man. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. We're doing well, guys. Share it out. Let's get them going. Let's get the numbers up. What's up, Uli? How you doing? I'm just checking. Yo. All right. And with that, let's start the show. It's okay to be dumb. It's okay to be dumb when it's on your own money. But when you're being dumb and you're using the money of tax-paying citizens, I got a problem with that. See, I got a problem when you gaslight, lie, and set people up with phony narratives, and then I got the audacity to show up with your hand out. Why is your hand out? What are you asking for and why? You took all your money from the corporate sponsors, and now you want to come talk to me? You want to talk to me and my people for money for your campaign after you burnt up $1 billion? What is wrong with these people, folks? Well, I can show you better than I can tell you.
To interview her in September, $1 million. Now, if she thought she was saving democracy, she should have done it for free. Kamala scared donors by calling Trump a dictator, got $1 billion, then just gave it to her friends and blew the rest on being a diva. Kamala went on a podcast, remember Call Her Daddy? But she didn't want to go to their studio in LA. So she made the host fly to DC and used campaign cash to build a fake set in a hotel room. She spent more than $100 grand to build it. That set, see it? 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a bookshelf. That's 6 figures. Now, we looked at the set. We probably could have done it for around $6 grand. That's without labor. But where'd the rest of the money go? We don't know. So she's still trying to soak folks for cash. 24 hours after the election, on Wednesday, Democrats got a text from the campaign. Urgent. We need help. Donate now. Help with what? You lost. This is how she's going to spend her donors' dollars.
Yes, it is how she's going to spend her donors' dollars, man. And a lot of people are gullible enough to go for it because they actually believe the Democratic Party is fighting for them. They think the Democrats are going to somehow try to make them maintain a democracy that we don't have. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't got no democracy now. We got a bunch of rich bastards controlling everything and a bunch of poor masses carrying the load. We're being sold to the highest bidder, man. You come in with a social security number. That ain't nothing but your barcode, letting you know who owns you. The U.S. government owns you, the empire of the United States. You ain't got no democracy, baby. You ain't got no power. You ain't got no power. And now here they go. These parties, these machines, corporate backed, running everything, running us into the ground, Johnson. And the worst thing about the Democratic Party is they try to pretend that they are better. They try to pretend that they got your back when they don't. If they do have your back, it's got a knife in their hand. Almost as bad as the last Penguin episode I saw. Jesus Christ. Why do you have to do that to Vic, man? I'm sorry. You got to be there to know what I'm talking about. The point is the Democratic Party is sleaze bags. Case in point, Nancy Pelosi. The Harris campaign raised $1.3 billion, spent $1.37. That's right, they spent more than they raised. They spent $582,000. I'm sorry, $582 million. I'm sorry, it's big numbers. On staff alone, compared to the Trump campaign, which raised $381 million, not nowhere near a third as much. And they spent less than they raised. What was that number? What's that number here, Johnson? And for their staff, they only spent a measly $10 million. Half of the money the reason why people are calling out the Democrats so hard is look at the numbers here. And what do you notice? That the Kamala campaign spent half their money just on staff. Now you know why that staff is crying so loud. So all those people that were working with the Kamala campaign, all those people that fell under the umbrella of working with them, like, I don't know, surrogates maybe, paid surrogates. All the people that you see crying right now, the loudest ones. I don't have proof of all of them, but I got a strong feeling a number of them were on this payroll. This was the gravy train, family. And they ain't want the gravy train to stop. That's a lot of dollars. And it's not stopping, folks. I just got this in the email a couple days ago with some of the Harris campaign. And yes, the donations we're asking you to make to the Harris Fight Fund program today. Folks, the election's over. They're still asking for your money. What's got to happen? You got to be the Coyote in the Roadrunner show and get an anvil to fall from the sky? You are set if you're falling for this, folks. This one came today. A new email from the Harris Fund. It says, Tim, is there anything we can say to convince you to make a contribution to support the Harris Fight Fund program today? See, I've been telling people, and I don't know if they've been hearing me, man. The Democrats are actually pretty glad they lost. Yeah, that means you won't be expecting anything of them. They can raise money saying they're going to fight Trump, and they'll make a whole bunch of dollars. It's good being out of power. See, some people got it twisted. You think these people are really upset about you. You think they care about you. This so-called democracy thing, man. Listen, this is an opportunity for them to kick back, relax, and just open up the war chest, stock up the steaks, put a few more steaks in the freezer. Meanwhile, the media is loving this, guys. The media gets to run against Trump for the next 4 years. They were running against Trump the last 4 years when he wasn't even in office, and they made millions. Family, this is a money maker for the Democratic Party. Why else would they have ran Kamala? You thought they ran Kamala to win? Look. I'm reminded of a scene from Devil in a Blue Dress when Mousy killed a guy that he was supposed to be watching while Easy went into the house to get the woman in the blue dress. Easy comes back to the car and he's like, Mouse, where's dude? And Mouse looks at him and he says, Don Cheadle looks at him and he says, hey man, I ain't had no time to be messing around with him. He said, man, you didn't. He said, I ain't had no time to be tying him up, Easy. Hey, if you didn't want me to kill him, why you leave him with me? And if you know Mousy, like we got to know Mousy in that film, you'll know Mousy kills people. That's what Mousy does. And I look at the campaign of the Harris campaign, the DNC the same way, man. If the DNC wanted to win, they wouldn't have ran Kamala. I guess it doesn't matter anymore, does it? If the DNC really wanted to win, if they were really concerned that World War III was coming with Trump, that Trump was going to do all these horrible things, would they have ran a vice president who never won an electoral vote, who dropped out in 2019 before Iowa? No, but they would run him if they wanted to make a whole lot of money, Johnson, and that's the whole point of this segment. They're still fundraising off this thing called Trump. And it ain't gonna stop no time soon. As long as you stuck on stupid, well, I guess you'll buy into it. I'm hoping some people wake up today.
I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed. She had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Taylor Swift, she had the Swifties, she had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time.
See what's important to the Democrats? The Democrats are not talking about she had a great message and she had great policies that were amazing. And she did an amazing job, effective job communicating what she was going to do for people. And she made a great case for the Democratic Party. That she really touched the hearts and souls of the voters. No, that's not what the bragging rights are for Joy Reid and the Democrats. Queen Latifah gave an endorsement. Beyonce came out. The Swifties, Taylor Swift endorsed her. Yay! That's all that matters to them, man. Superficial, elitist garbage that has nothing to do with regular people. And luckily for us, it did move the needle.
I think that's still true.
I think Harris ran a really good campaign. You know, I've seen a lot of political campaigns and I've seen a lot of candidates. This was actually a very good one. You know, and if there's one person I do not blame for this loss, it is Vice President Harris.
How could you run a good campaign if you lose? And folks, I want to make very clear here. They didn't just lose, they got destroyed. They got destroyed in ways that they haven't seen happen in 40 years. They not only lost the Electoral College, they lost the popular vote. They not only lost the popular vote, they lost every swing state. They not only lost every swing state, they basically lost the Latino vote, the Asian vote, the youth vote, like everything that matters, they got destroyed in. They even lost the Native American vote. That was just petty, man. That was petty how they went. Damn. I mean, folks, we talking about just totally being destroyed to the point where you're almost unrecognizable. The Democratic Party was so beat up, people couldn't even identify the corpse. That's how bad it was. They had to go down to dental records of DNA on the DNC. When they do the autopsy of this, they're going to have to send it out of state and have forensics. Look at the teeth. I mean, this thing is beyond recognition. They got disintegrated. They got vaporized, eviscerated. They got pummeled. They got beat into a fine powder is what I'm trying to tell you. And we got these people that are sitting here saying, these professionals saying, they did a good job. I've never seen a better campaign run better than this. The campaign is in debt. It spent more money than it raised, and it outspent its opponent 3-1, and still is in debt. They got shellacked everywhere. They got destroyed everywhere. Almost the entire country went red. Places went red that are solidly Crip. Even the Crips went blood. Everything went red. 75-year-old women had periods. Everything went red, folks. Everything. Nuns were seeing red. Monks were seeing red. Everything's red, folks. The wave. Remember when they were laughing, saying it wasn't no red wave? Man, it was typhoon, swept through, knocked down everything. Listen, there's a thing called denial, and there's a thing just called just being straight up super stupid. Okay? These people are touched in the brain, insane in the membrane. Cypress Hill. This is almost scary how much denial there is on the Democratic side of the ball. I'm here for it, though, Johnson. I'm here for it.
So in your universe of coulda, woulda, shoulda, is there anything they could have done to win this election that you think they did not?
I honestly am not exactly sure. I think that the electorate gave a mandate of where they were, and I think that they didn't understand why we're sending money to Ukraine or to Israel, but we can't afford eggs and gas. And I think that we missed the mark on the messaging from the beginning, and I don't think we understood how to communicate and how to message to the middle of the country or to everyday people who are just trying to buy groceries for their family. So I think a lot of that is a referendum on a previous administration. And then a lot of it is not being able to explain sort of some of these bigger policy ideas and why that some of these different pieces of democracy are so important.
Yeah, I understand that part, man. And then look, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you understanding it now. I get it. Like, I'm glad you get it now. But you're a day late and a few days short. Or dollar late, a couple bucks short. It doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter now. Who had the guts to say this when it was really valuable? Why the damn thing was going on? Why? How could people run? They ran a campaign that was made for the 90s, frankly. They forgot we had the internet and people could look at stuff and fact check you and listen to the other side, even if you freeze them out on all the cable news media. In fact, most Americans aren't even on cable news anymore like that. So what were they thinking? That's why I say, folks, I don't think you're this stupid, this wrong, unless it's on purpose. Yeah, with all the data information. Folks, do you realize the amount of data you get back nowadays for free? With a YouTube channel, I can tell you who's got their notifications on, how many people got the notifications on, what state you come from, where most people view, where they watch from, where if they use a phone, a tablet, or a smartphone, or a TV, or a projector, or what time of day is best, what day of the week is best, what day of the time of day is best, what weekday, Sunday, Saturday, if it's raining out, if you prefer that, if you like chicken or broccoli or barbecue sauce, or if you like it spicy or sweet, everything. And that's for free. You realize the analytics we have for free that I get? Look, man, it's astounding what you get. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from giving YouTube a cut. And then the Facebook analytics, oh my God, it boggles your mind. So you can't tell me for a second, man, that the Democratic Party didn't know what was going on, Johnson. They weren't surprised. They were just lying. There was no way they didn't know. When you have all that money, fam, they had people on staff, they paid them they spent $500 million just on people that worked for the campaign. You don't mean to tell me they didn't have specialists to look at the data that knew where this thing was going? Look, man, I know some of y'all are in denial, but to be in denial this far, to think that with all the money, just think if you had all the money that you could possibly have to do everything and hire everybody. The Democrats had that, and then some. Can you wrap your head around $500 million? I'm just talking about the half on staff. They spent over $1 billion, but I'm just focusing on the $500 million, man. The Democrats are in denial, and I think they're full of it. I think they're denying, but they're also scamming, scheming scumbags. But there is one silver lining out of all of this, and I think this woman puts it very well.
Do you know what I think is honestly the best part of the USA elections is that it proves definitely that the mainstream media and celebrities have completely lost their influence in the world, in society. For about 20 years, they've enjoyed fame, riches, and influence, and they had all of that. It is all gone. Like, it is gone.
That's right. That's the upside of this whole thing, Johnson. The Beyoncés don't matter. The Rihannas don't matter. Megan Thee Stallion shaking her ass. Glorilla, really? Alicia Keys, Queen Latifah, Oprah, John Legend coming out to lecture us, Common, Wendell Pierce. I'm gonna go around the town to all the barbershops, talk to all the people in the barbershops with my Shakespearean, I'm gonna discuss with the poor Negroes what's important to them. I'm going to break the. You need to go see, you and Fat Joe need to go talk to the Latino brothers too. You need to talk to Latino brothers, Black brothers, Asian brothers. Everybody left you. Everybody got the hell away from y'all. Only people that stayed was the good old puppy dog, Black folk, and the good old puppy dog. Black women, mostly Black women, stayed right there by the chair. A lot of them did, I'm just saying. They voted more than anybody else. When the Black women gonna wake up, man? The Democrats don't mess with you. They mess with you, but they don't mess with you. You understand what I'm saying? Black men, the same thing. Like, I wanted Black men to go 30 points in the paint. We got 23 points. Look, man, vote. Look, Jill Stein, Dr. West, Gloria De La Cruz. There was a libertarian person. I don't know who they were, but that'd have been okay. Hey, man, you could have wrote in Smokey Robinson or something. You could have. Not Biden, not Kamala. But always remember, folks, that 40% of Americans don't even vote. Right? So always keep that in mind. I think the Democratic Party, I know it. The Democratic Party needs to be broken up. It's too big. Even though they got shellacked this time. They still need to be broken up. And some of the people that just didn't want Kamala, they're not Republicans, they just didn't want Kamala. They went the other way. They thought it would be a mandate on Trump and there'd be a bunch of people that just voted against Trump. Well, there were people that voted against the Democrats. And that's how bad things were under the Democrats. The whole thing of demonizing Trump worked against them. Because there's just so far you can chase a guy out of town before people say, hey, maybe the town's funky. Maybe the people that run this thing is funky. Why this guy got damn near 40 indictments, 40 charges? What the hell did he do? You look around and there's no bodies. You got Kamala Harris running around with Liz Cheney, a war monster. The thing under the stairs. Kamala Harris is running around with the monsters from the monsters from. That's some creepy shit. Hi, you gonna let me in? So at the end of the day, it is a referendum on the Democratic Party like no other. This is undeniable, but they're doing their best to deny it because they are brain dead. I want to tell you not to feel bad at all about it. Do not fret, for this must come. This is just the process working. This is how it goes. It ain't going to be clean, but it must be done. We must dissolve these parties. Republican Party's already been destroyed. Basically, it's a shell of its former self thanks to Trump. Trump is a bull in a china shop. If you don't like him, that's fine. Thank him for destroying basically the entire structure of the Republican Party. Now, who's going to destroy the Democratic Party? They're well on their way. Someone's got to put the pillow over the face of the Democratic Party and put it out of its misery. Take it for that long walk. Do it like they did Youre. Just don't cry after you do it. It's got to be done. It's been too long. We must have a new day. It is necessary. It is required. We cannot afford the politics the way that it has been. We keep hearing people tell us, they've been saying it since Malcolm. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. tried to tell you. All the greats, Dr. Welsing, everyone's been telling you ain't been listening. We are here. From James Baldwin to freaking, this ride is over. To my brother Glenn Ford over at the Black Agenda, Dr. Claude Anderson wrote a book on it. Dr. Nellie Fuller Jr. published it. Even the little cartoons will tell you. Shit. Go to the library, open up your book of Boondocks. You'll find it there. It's what must be done, my people. You can't get something you ain't had by going back to the same old garbage. You can't move forward by going back. All right. During the course of this, there's been one voice among many that has towered over us in an amazing amount of stupidity and nefariousness. But folks, first, before we get to that, I got to remind you to hit the like button. I'm sorry. I got to remind you to hit the like button because people will forget. Yesterday, we was at 500. I'm like, what's going on? Look, guys, hit the like button. Let this algorithm know that this is a good show. And I want to give a shout out to my 10 Black Wolfpack people that support the channel. Thank you for buying a brother 1 cup of coffee a month and keeping the lights on in here. I need them. Thank you. Okay, check this out. There are a few people that I feel need special recognition in the way that they are tone deaf. I think they are deliberately stupid, but no, I think it's worse than that even. I think that they are bad dealers. These are hired hands by the Democratic Party. They work for the criminal corporate media industrial complex in cahoots with the Democrats, and their job is to misinform. Their job is to mislead. Their job is to gaslight. And there's only a few people that do it at this level. This is ninja level gaslighting by none other than MSNBC's Joy Reid. She even gaslights on her personal account. Ain't that something?
Hey, I just want to give some free advice to the white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the P-word hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any black women you know. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not coming. Like,
how would you know, Joy? You're not a black woman. You're from somewhere else. Yeah, I'm just going to put that out there, Joy. You know what, guys? I mean, she looks black, but is she really black? Does she understand what regular black people go through? I don't think she does, Johnson. I really don't. Look, I think we're going to have to start looking at people beyond just what they look like. We got to start looking at people about what type of lives they've led, and where they come from. Because this woman that's up here, hey, I'm not saying she's wrong to call out white woman if she wants to. Fine, call them out. But the idea that they are somehow worse than Democrats don't make sense to me at all. A lot of people's lives have been in the shitter, Joy Reid, under the Biden administration. You were tone deaf on that. You were delusional on that. And people didn't want to vote for your candidate because they thought it was just going to be more of the same garbage. But it's time that we put our foot down on the Joy Reids and these people. They think they have somehow access to our working class people when they don't. You are not a spokesperson for working class Black Americans. Keep your name or keep our name out your mouth, lady.
I'm pretty sure Black women have resigned from the Save America Coalition, Save Democracy Coalition, and definitely the Save the Democratic Party Coalition. I think that
if only that were true. If only that was the case, man. If only I could believe anything that comes out of that thing you call a mouth. You are such a paid spokesmodel, man, and I get it, man. Joy Reid is paid so much money at this point. I mean, she can't go back to being a regular person. Do you believe that Joy Reid came into the game being a very vocal critic of the Democrats? She did. This is what happens to you. She was critical. She was critical of Hillary Clinton. Yeah. Joy Reid was not this person 10 years ago. But that money, oh yeah, that money has a way of influencing people. But Joy Reid never had skin in the game with the Black community. And here she is, always speaking for them, telling us, she actually said in one of her recent segments that if you didn't vote for Kamala, that you weren't going to be allowed in the Black Cool Club or something. As if she is. Only delusional vote blue anywho's respect you, Joy. Your days is over. That's why the election went the way it went. People are wising up.
it's probably not happening. I would just keep those invites maybe among your own friends because I don't think they're coming. But yeah, I think Black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and prioritize Black communities, Black businesses, and that, and you know, the Black spaces. But Save America, Save the Democratic Party. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Okay,
Hey.
cool. So you're no longer going to be. Listen, hold up, guys. Am I misreading this? Is Joy Reid saying that she will no longer peddle and shovel shit for the Democratic Party? That she will be an independent operator? Is that what she's saying? Or is she just in her feelings because this means she's not going to be invited to any special Kamala Harris shing-dings? Because there will be no Kamala Harris shing-dings. See, I think she's just in her feelings. I'm trying to tell you, man, these Beltway bandits are having to wrap their head around the fact that they will not be celebrating in Georgetown, Fort DuPont, or DuPont Circle, or any of the upper echelon locations that they hang out there in the DC around the Capitol. This is a problem for them. These people love their social lives. They get a charge out of it. It's what they love to do. And now it's all gone away. So I'm not so certain about this, but it sounds like she was talking about Black people in the third person. That's a new one. Hey, thank you. Because it sounds like you just verified what I said about you not being a part of our community. And now you're saying that you say Black women will not be working with the Democratic Party going forward. Cool. Great. It's time to start a new party It's time to do something new. That's all I'm telling you. It's time. When will whole black women are fed? I want you fed up, but don't be mad at us. Don't be mad at me. I just have been where you are now years before you. And believe me, there were people that were mad at me when I was where you are years ago, and they were where I am now. We all do it. It's a rite of passage. We have to have some level of grace because no one knows what they know now before. Damn, that was clunky. What you know now took you time to learn to get to that point. There was a time that you didn't know what you now know. It's when you know and what you do with it. So I'm going to take you at your word, Joy Reid, that going forward, you ain't going to be on this BS no more, even if it costs you your job. How much money do you need? And what I'm trying to tell you is a possibility. You won't have to give it all up. You can make money on the independent strip. I extend that same offer to all of those who are willing to vacate the ship. Flee the ship. But first you got to recognize that you are on a slave ship, Goofy. Just because the people that drive it, that man it, are wearing blue uniforms don't mean it ain't a slave ship. That goes to you and it goes for all others. All right, guys. Hit the like button for Joy Reid. Getting her ass off the slave ship. We'll see what happens with that. I didn't expect that to go that way, but hey, she said that in that video. Gotta say. I don't know if I believe it, but can we get a like, guys? Can we get a like? Check this out. Bill Maher is a guy who 1 minute he'll say something that you kind of agree with, and then he'll go back and say something stupid that reminds you why you don't like him. It's like, I don't know what lane it is. I think it's just a constant move back and forth to try to go have an audience. Yeah, no one changes their mind as much as Bill Maher. Here goes Bill Maher getting everything wrong. And I do mean everything.
First of all, I'm not going to worry about it, Phil, because he's not going to win. Am I going to worry about it? First of all, I'm not going to worry about it, Phil, because he's not going to win.
Yeah! A lot of people got this wrong, Johnson. By the way, I'm not one of those people. I got it right. I wrote a book about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. 8 reasons. 8 reasons why Kamala Harris may lose the election. I gave you 8 solid reasons, and none of them had to do with who her mother is or who her father is. They were all about who she is as a person and in policy. Go to Kamala8reasons.com. It's still available. I still got receipts. A month before the election, I not only was saying it for months, I wrote it down because I wanted proof that I knew what time it was. Bill Maher did not know. Here he is here making a fool of himself. Continue, Bill.
First of all, I'm not going to worry about it, Phil, because he's not going to win.
So you think he's just worn it out? You think people are just going to get fatigued?
Enough. I feel
category fatigue.
I mean, it's just going to be, we're talking about a few 100,000 people perhaps, but I think it's going to be a little closer than that. First of all, she's definitely going to win the popular vote, as Democrats almost always do now. But I think she will win. I think he will, of course, go batshit insane as he always does. He won't.
Hold on, let's say this, guys. I got to say this. Isn't that amazing? Bill Maher just said Democrats almost always win the popular vote, right? He's not wrong about that. I don't think Democrats have lost the popular vote since sometime, what was it, 76? I don't know. It's been a long time since they've lost the popular vote. People want us to believe that they lost the popular vote because Kamala is Indian Jamaican. Though Obama won the popular vote, obviously. So did Biden. But she has a uterus. Didn't Hillary Clinton? Yeah, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote too, because she's a woman. So that's why people are saying it's just because she has brownish skin. Now, I think of his policies, but it's interesting. I want people to wrap their head around that. This is going to be important as we move forward. But remember what Bill Maher said here. He's not wrong about this. He was wrong, but he's not wrong about the data point that Democrats usually win this.
Accepted. His followers, I think, will. I don't think their heart will really be in it as it was in 2020. Some of them, there's lots of people who will always be in the bunker with Mrs. Goebbels, taking the poison and giving the poison to the children because it's better than living in a world without National Socialism. I make an analogy, but I don't say he's a Nazi. But I think for most people, it's just fatigue. Yes, I think it's time.
Yeah, it's time. It's time, Bill. It's time for the Democrats to call it a day. It's time for the Democrats to get the air. It's time for Democrats to either disband or change management. Yeah, they need to change the whole corporate structure. This whole thing where they don't even hold primaries. I mean, whose big idea was that shit? I mean, I'd like to know how the hell you sell this on a Sunday to your parishioners, because there were a lot of black churches selling this. Jamal Bryant comes to mind. You wanted people to support a candidate for a party that doesn't even let your primary vote matter. We're talking about a party that hasn't had a clean and fair primary election since 2012. Since 2012. And you act like that was no big deal. But then you want to talk about this party needs to save democracy. Nah, Bill Maher. It's not the Republicans that are tired of Trump. Well, maybe they are. But the Trump supporters aren't. Maybe Republicans are tired of Trump. That's true. But the Trump supporters aren't. MAGA isn't. And that's part of the thing, wasn't it? See, Kamala didn't have a movement under her. Why was this so hard for people to understand? Republicans are a party, just like Democrats are a party. Trump supporters and MAGA, those are people that support Trump. They may or may not support the party. They support where they think Trump is going. Understand? He's a disruptor to the party. Kamala was a fixture and elitist, a component of the political apparatus of the Democratic Party. That's a totally different type of campaign, a totally different type of sale to the people. Bernie had way more energy behind him than Kamala Harris. And look, I'm not saying that Bernie did the right thing. Bernie, when he fell in line with Joe Biden, and what he did it twice. When Bernie Sanders signed up with Hillary Clinton, he threw away a large amount of his credibility. And then when he signed up with Joe Biden, he just stuck a knife through its throat. He just knifed his own credibility, he just took it out behind the barn and shot it. Then he dug a hole and buried it. So I'm not saying he's the guy. What I'm saying is he had a movement. Bernie had a movement. He went on Joe Rogan and was like, kiss my ass. I'm going on the Joe Rogan show. Kamala didn't go anywhere. Kamala spent $100,000 to make a new set because she didn't want to go to the girl thing, the girl land, whatever that podcast was. She threw away $100,000 because she didn't want to go and sit in the space of the podcast she wanted to be on, of the people that she wanted to get in front of, which makes no sense. No sense. Trump went to the podcast places to meet with people after 2 assassination attempts. He still went places. Kamala had no attempts on her life and didn't go nowhere. Make it make sense. Somebody doesn't really want this. And if Trump is so bad, if he's Hitler, like you say, wouldn't you want it a little bit more? But see, these are things that I don't think Bill Maher was wrapping his head around when he's sitting there drinking his alcohol chilling with old Dr. Phil. Yeah. Reality checks, they all bounced when it came to these guys. Kamala Harris, the writing was on the wall that she was a bad candidate. But if you didn't see this one coming a mile away, I got a question. What the hell were you looking at? I thought it was obvious. I mean, hell. Anyway, let's keep going, Johnson. Hit the like button if you thought this was a good segment. I think it was. I'm going to put these out as separate clips. That's why I stopped the way I do to kind of give a little bit of room for my editors. So Bill Maher, delusional as hell. He's not the only one, though. Now he's not the only one, Johnson. This one's special. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Let me go to comments real quick, though. Let me shout out some people. Let me shout out Wraith. Wraith, what's up, fam? Glad to be back with the Wolf Pack. Thank you, brother. McCoy Perry, a campaign finance investigation is in order for Harris. Yes, it is. Let's get those indictments spread out, shall we? I'm speaking. Red Knot Blue Pill. Hey, Tim, would you ever consider doing a reunion stream with HA? Paul Walker, gifted 5 Tim Black TV memberships. Thank you, Paul Walker. I don't know. I haven't talked to H.A. Goodman in years. We'd have to talk first, man. I don't even know what's going on, man. But I'm not opposed to it. H.A. Goodman. We had a good little thing going, man. It was cool. Yeah. Tell them to look me up. He knows where to find me. I'm the bald black man who speaks loudly. All right, guys, check this out. This is going to be it. Now, this is where, right here, this is where we go. This is where you go to get the real news. This is where you go to show who's who. This is how you know if someone's balls have dropped or not. This is where the big dogs go get dinner and the suckers stay home. Folks, this segment is important. My name is Tim Black, guys. Subscribe to this channel. Let's go in. There are people that make a lot of money off demonizing Trump. And I'm not saying Trump is not someone that you can criticize, but demonizing Trump and not giving the Democrats their fair due is a problem. Some people say I don't spend enough time dogging out Trump. I say why? The corporate media has been doing it for 10 years. 10 years. Same guy, one guy, 10 years. I'm talking about an entire party over here. But one of the most depressing things about it, because I know there's money attached to it and people want job security, what have you, it's people that you want to respect because by default, you're kind of supposed to if you're black. But they keep insulting your intelligence. They keep making themselves so disagreeable that they gotta get the work too. Because in order to be intellectually honest, you have to let the chips fall where they may. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Eddie Glide Jr. Eddie Glide Jr., I saw this clip.
Sense, right? That whiteness.
I saw this clip and it made me have to do this segment. Let's go.
This sense, right? That whiteness, right, is under threat. The demographic shifts. The country isn't what all of these racially ambiguous children on Cheerios.
When I first heard this, when I first read across this clip, I thought this was 2020 or 2016 because he's using the same talking points from 2016 and 2015 and 2020. The talking points haven't changed. The demographics of white people going away hasn't changed. This is not new. At least come up with more scary shit or new scary stuff to say to browbeat the whites. Yeah, if you're going to go after white people trying to make them feel bad about their cousins or their uncles or maybe some of their spouses, at least you can do is come up with new talking points, Eddie. And if you're just now figuring out why people go white, I don't know what to tell you. This is just a repeat, man. People are stuck on this. I don't get it. I don't know what you're supposed to get out of this, but let's let Eddie talk a little further. He's going to dig a hole. Get low, Eddie. Get low.
Commercials are confusing the hell out of me.
Eddie, a lot of people voted because their life's too damn expensive. And it was here and it
They
was
voted for, you're telling me, Stephanie, that all of these people who believe that their lives are, that bread is too high and eggs are too high, that they voted for a convicted felon, a guy who said we can.
Why do you say convicted felon with so much contempt? Our legal system is garbage. See, this is one of the problems I have with the black elites. They spend their whole time telling you how the legal system is garbage and is corrupt. When it comes to, I don't know, police brutality, for instance, incarceration rates, conviction rates, juries that are lopsided, they tell you every step of the way how bogus our criminal justice system is until it's Trump. And then it's like, excellent work. You've only been selling to everyone in the country for the last 100 years. And I agree with you that our criminal justice system is shit. It's selective and it goes after who it wants. And you really think that our legal system would have went after Trump if he was a fucking Democrat? Of course you don't. You know this was politically motivated. And don't give me that way. He's a white guy and he's pampered. There's a lot of white guys in jail, Eddie. How many of them are Democrats who are billionaires? None. So what makes you think he would be in jail, Eddie? We're not making sense here. We're being hypocritical, and you're just gaslighting because he's Trump, who was, by the way, a Democrat for like 20 years, giving to everybody from Jesse to Al to the whole damn kick and boot everybody. He was best friends with Michael Jackson when Kamala was trying to railroad Michael Jackson. Trump let Michael Jackson stay in the Trump Tower for 6 months to get away from reporters at his door constantly when they were trying to pin him with a PDF file case. But forget all of that because that ain't nothing but truth. Here, man. You've been telling us, not just you, the entire black elites in the Democratic Party have been telling us how bad the Democratic Party, well, how much they detest the criminal justice system. I've read the reports of the Equal Justice Initiative just as well as you have, sir. I know the opposite effect. I understand how our policing is done. Everything from the smash, broken glass window policing to stop and frisk to driving while black, walking while black, breathing while black. I've covered it all. Our criminal justice system is garbage. Stop throwing around this whole felon thing like it means something. Don't mean nothing.
Grab the P.
I think that a lot
They
of people,
voted for this
listen,
guy.
I'm not defending it, but I think there are tons of people that don't pay attention to, and I'm not defending it, don't pay attention to politics at all. But while we live in the most prosperous country in the world, people are saying life's not fair. I'm not doing well. My son's still living in the basement. I can't seem to get a job. I don't like the status.
How could you disagree with this? It's simple. People did not like the direction the country was going. People's pockets are hurt. Folks, I got to tell you, man, if people's pockets are not right, they don't want to hear shit from you. They just don't. If people are upset about their money, if they're upset about the direction the country's going, I mean, I could see your point. Maybe if Trump did not win the popular vote, and maybe if he lost a swing state or two. White people have been running the country. Is Biden not white? I'm tired of this now. White people have been running the country all this time. You had one half-black president. Now you wanted a half-Indian president who sucked as a vice, who was everyone was saying that Kamala Harris was the worst decision Joe Biden ever made up until he dropped out, and then she became the new flavor of the month. And because people didn't choose her, and not just white people didn't choose her, Latinos didn't choose her, Asians didn't choose her, Native Americans didn't even choose this lady. She lost everything and everybody. Are you going to have any critique for the garbage, which is the Democratic Party? And what about just the fact they're tired of Democrats? They wanted Biden out. No one was thinking about Kamala. The only reason why Kamala was even running is because Biden was thrown to the wolves because Biden sucked. I mean, I can understand your argument, maybe. If she'd have ran a primary, won a primary, that proved that people really wanted to rock with her. The Democrats didn't even want her. Now you're going to tell me the Democrats don't give a shit about party? The Democrats went and voted for Trump? She got the brakes beat off of her. Look, man, I'm not saying there's not racism, but stop saying everything is racism. Sometimes you can suck. And the Democratic Party sucks. And what's been happening to this country sucks. And the messaging of the Democratic Party sucks. And there's a lot of sucking, there's a lot of bad on the Democratic Party side. And I think it was just their time to get the L. In a big way. But hey, listen to Eddie make his case for why it has nothing to do with bad messaging, bad party decision, a bad nominee, a bad policy, a bad track record, a bad set of direction, no narrative, everything going against the Democrats, everything. I could just go on and on about order. He's going to leave all of that out and go to one area, and one area only. There's going to be one focus for Eddie. That's the white people hate black people. And I'm trying to tell you, Kamala ain't black. She's an elitist. She's worse. This is the worst candidate I've ever seen for president. Name a worse candidate for president. Name someone who performed worse. Name somebody in the worst situation, with the worst policies, with the worst track record, with the worst situation coming from it's unprecedented that you can have 100 days to fall on your face. With the worst word salad, the worst everything. This is not the one to make the statement about. You cheapen our arguments when you make a statement like this about Kamala Harris. I don't think it fits her. I don't think you can make it with her. She's a fucking prosecutor. We gave Hillary Clinton ginormous. You gave Hillary Clinton ginormous amounts of shit for saying super predator. Well, Kamala Harris was a super predator locker-upper, and you're sitting up here saying it's all about race. You were in the doghouse because you didn't support Hillary. You didn't support Hillary in 2019. I seen them chasing you and kicking your ass across Twitter. They've been kicking his ass across Twitter for 4 years. He's never been able to live down the fact he did not endorse Hillary. Well, it looks like you learned your lesson, because here you are endorsing her twin, her darker-hued younger twin. At least Hillary never locked up any black mothers whose children missed a couple days of school. But yo, have at it. Do your best, Hoss.
So I'm voting for something else, and he was
I
the person.
love you to life.
I love you.
But I do not believe that. I cannot believe that. And the reason I think you believe it is because you don't want to believe that that's what's really motivating them. It's always the case. People don't want to believe what the country actually is. Because
I believe what it is. I just think this is not the case for Kamala Harris. I think no one's been able to make a true case for her candidacy. If you can't make an argument, an eloquent, profound argument why someone should be president, in my book, they got no reason being president. What is the profound? The only case that you have for Kamala winning is you hate Trump. That's a great case as long as enough people hate him. But once you go too far, you ever see somebody getting their ass kicked or getting beat up? You walk up, you see them getting beat up, and you don't know exactly how it started, but someone's getting their ass kicked. That person is Trump. And people felt like, hey, get off him. Stop hitting him with the stick. That's what the Democrats have done. They created this by beating up on a guy even when he was out of office. It's worse than that. They tried to kill this guy 2 times. He should have walked into the presidency. This shouldn't even have been a race. If he would have been anybody else, he would have won it just on merit of that. If Kamala Harris got as much as a hangnail, a paper cut, you want to put a statue on Pennsylvania Avenue. You get what I'm saying here, Eddie? You're being hypocritical. You're gaslighting. I'm not saying that there isn't racial issues in America. I'm just saying Kamala's not the person. You have not made a profound argument on why that woman needs to be president. No one deserves president. No one should be president, honestly. With the power that the Democratic, with the power that the president wields, when we have 100 and what? I don't know how many bases. I don't know, 70 countries. I don't know what it is. The outsized amount of influence we have around the world is unacceptable, and nobody should wield that. Okay? So no one should be president. They probably shouldn't even be in America this big. We should be dealing our own shit and leaving other countries alone and stop trying to be the masters of the universe, first of all. But okay, fine. You have not made a compelling argument for why that woman deserves to be president, why she should be president, why anyone should make her president other than Trump is Hitler. And that's not working. Them days is over. That time is over. It didn't work this time. It's going to end at some point. And it makes sense. Why? Because he's already been president one time and he didn't turn us into Nazi Germany. But let him keep going, guys. He's got a couple more things to say.
People don't want to believe what the country actually is, because if they believe it, they're going to have to confront what's in them. I don't believe that. They voted for a crook, a person who they know is stealing from, just doing everything to undermine the so-called country that they love.
What is Kamala doing? See, once again, why can't you make the argument of what they would be voting for if they voted for Kamala? You make my points for me, sir. You're up here asserting how wrong people were for voting for Trump. You're not giving them anything to vote for. You're not even saying a damn thing about what Kamala brings to the table. What would they have been voting for in Kamala? Wars, possibly World War III, more corporate handouts, more corporate cozying up. I just don't get it. I'm just tired of you guys getting up on your high horse talking like the Democrats are the party of black people when it ain't. Start a new party. And stop trying to make us get in line in this shit. And stop with the berating of people that didn't want Kamala. You can't even make an argument for it. And you're a professor. You can't articulate an argument of why she should have been chosen other than that guy's Lucifer. Now, when you meet people that don't feel he's Lucifer, you got nothing. And then you demonize them for not agreeing that he's the worst person on the planet. I believe Kamala Harris is the more dangerous because she is the most dangerous. She's younger, she's more spry, and she has a lot more resources behind her, be it the entire Democratic Party. And the fact that you Democrats who say Trump is all these evil things, the fact you put Kamala up against him makes me feel like you must not have thought shit. Like you wanted him to win. Putting Kamala Harris up against Trump is like putting Jake Paul up against Mike Tyson. You'll be lucky. She was lucky to leave out on her own feet. At 28 or 58, it's still Mike. And Trump is still Trump. He won his primary 3 times. What the hell were y'all thinking? And where have you been the last 5 years to smack some sense into him? Oh, I know. Being good and staying in line with the Democrats. So look, let him finish. I'm almost done with this, but let him finish up.
And then they're telling us the BS that it's economics. We know that's not true.
He's done. Eddie Glide, I'm disappointed in you, sir. Just because you speak well doesn't mean you're saying shit. You talk eloquently, and I will give that to you. I wish I had your eloquence. But I do not wish and never hope to have your sensibility. There was nothing about Kamala that's worth splitting up families and going through all this hassle over. You have a uniparty, sir. We have a uniparty system. I'm trying to break that system. But more to this point, to the point of your rant, sometimes Republicans win. All right, let's keep going, guys. Hey, hit the like button if this makes sense. If you like this content, you ain't gonna get this everywhere. There's gonna be people that criticize Eddie. They ain't gonna come at it like that. They ain't gonna tell it. They're not gonna put it down like this. This is why the Tim Black Show is important. We are relevant because we say the things that people want to say but can't say and don't have a platform to say. It's like, I'm the rabbit that got the gun. Support independent media at Tim's Take Live on Patreon. Patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, or join on YouTube or join on Facebook. Either one. Can we liven it up a bit? No, Tim, let's not liven it up. Let's go right to AOC. All right, part of the conversation, folks. Oh, I'm sorry, did we hit the likes? Did we get some likes, guys? Can I get some likes here? We need to get to 700, fam. Are we anywhere near 700, fam? Wow, I thought more people would be into that segment. I thought that was an excellent segment. Okay, let me not look at comments. Hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. Let's get to 700, folks. I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, guys. I don't take it back. I stand on it. Here we go, guys. Let's go to this. When I started criticizing the border, how we were handling the border, a lot of people got upset with me. I lost a couple friends for it. I lost a number of subscribers because their brains are stuck on the Democrats' way of looking at things. Some of them are progressive, and they thought about, oh my God, what about the children? Well, something's going to be brought up in this clip that I want people to think about. And it's part of the reason why I've been so vocal and willing to shed a few people in order to make this statement. AOC is compromised. I'm not. I'm focused. Here she is with Hoberman. Tom Homan, the border czar.
Memo.
You're not the author, but you.
Through this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
There is nothing that you could say to that. Rewind that for a second, family.
You recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
People don't know that. Sorry. There are people that don't like this guy. They don't like what he's saying. They don't like what he's going to do. They say this guy's going to be tough as nails. He's the new border czar. This must have been back under Trump or something. The ice guy. I have a hard time disagreeing because I know it to be true that our country breaks up families all the time. But the only time we cry about it when it's undocumented people that didn't come into our process the right way. That's the only time we get tears. That's the only time it's a problem. It's not a problem when they're destroying families with their drug laws. I don't remember seeing AOC crying about that. I don't remember seeing her upset about people losing their kids for other reasons. It happens all the time. And it's not like that's the intention of it, but when you go to jail, you go to jail. When you get arrested, you get arrested. What's supposed to happen? I don't understand why this is supposed to be different. You know, you can come in my house if I let you in. If you knock on my door and I open the door and you say, "Can I come in?" and I say, "Yeah, come on in," you're legally in my home. But if you climb through my window, if you break through my door, if you dig a hole underneath my house and come up through the floorboards, if you jump through the roof some way, if you click your heels 3 times and appear in my kitchen, well, you'll be lucky to go to jail. But what I'm trying to tell you is that's the way it is. And everyone understands that, everybody acknowledges it. I think what we got people that are stuck on stupid. We do. We got people that want to defend law breaking when no one defends it when it's us. I mean, I know there's a couple things that happened recently where people are like, we need to stop prosecuting people. Yeah, that's only after 150 years of incredibly fast, swift incarceration of the blacks. Everyone wants to focus on the last couple of months, or like last 16 months or so of the more lenient type of policies. What about the previous 150 years? But anyway, forget it. Back to my point. My point is very simple. If you're not going to be upset about other people being separated, I don't want to hear shit about this. I really don't. I think if you're not going to be a hypocrite about it, and look, I'm not a person that advocates going and breaking up families like just doing it. I mean, it's got to be, you have to have broken the law, and this won't be U.S. citizens. Why don't people understand you need to be a citizen of the United States to be, or in that process, in order to be in the United States? I don't get it. I just don't understand this entire argument. This should be a process. This is Biden's fault. It is. What's happening right now is all Biden's fault. And you cannot convince me that it wasn't intentional. I mean, some people say as many as 15, 20 million people crossed the border because of Biden. You can't tell me that was an accident, that he just was sleeping. No, he wasn't asleep. He knew what happened. That's why he tried to reverse it at the end in order to run an election. 3.5 years later, after opening up the floodgates, then he gets a wake-up call. And then they want to blame Republicans and Trump for it. Because now that you let in millions of people, now you want to be like, oh, hold on a second, maybe we need to slow her down. That's goofy stuff. And only the most brainwashed people would even go for it. It doesn't make sense. Why would we allow it? But my point stands, man. And besides the fact of the separations, folks, there are resource allocations that could be considered here. If you're not a person that's worried about the resources, that doesn't mean other people aren't. You understand what I'm saying? You're in a privileged position where you're not a homeless person in America waiting on resources, or a person that's facing hardships to the point where they need the resources in their city to actually work for them. Then maybe you'd understand. Believe me, I wasn't always in this position. This has nothing to do with Trump. This has nothing to do with Republican money. I ain't getting no damn Republican money. No one's invested in me. That's the white guys getting this money. But see, as I went further into the Black community on issues like this and opened my mind and cleared it away from all the progressive ideology, I started talking to regular Black folks in cities across the country like Philly, Michigan, New York, and they were telling me that their communities are being overrun to the point where it's hard for them to get shit in their own cities. And I can't stand for that. So we got cities where Black Americans are double or 3 times higher the homeless rate, and we got migrants coming in and moving into high-priced hotels and getting thousands of dollars on cards and getting special dietary card money because they might not want to eat what we got to eat. And you're telling me I'm wrong for calling that out? Well, folks, what would you have me call out? And that's why you're not me. And maybe we don't have to agree on this situation. But I like this guy, Homan. I like Homan. I like the fact he seems like he just gonna do his damn job. I don't want him doing more than his job, and I don't want people getting hurt. And I want people to go through the right process. And maybe Trump will give people a certain amount of grace period who have been in for a longer period of time. We'll see how it goes. But if you break into someone's home, and America is my home, it was built on the backs of Black people where we didn't get compensated and we had to toil against our will. The least you could do is ask us, not the Democratic Party, not the sellouts of the Democratic Party, what we think about it. And I'm telling you right now, we are not in a position where we can save everyone. We got to start by saving ourselves. And I owe that to my family. And I don't think those people coming to this country would put me before themselves. I don't think they would put me and my family and my cousin's family and my brother's family and all my neighbors ahead of them. Then why are we being asked to do the same thing? And we all know America has the money in which this wouldn't even be a problem. But since America is so America does not want to prioritize our lives. I'm not going to sit here and let them prioritize someone else's. I want the same thing done to stop the flow of money to Israel and to the Ukraine. You're damn right. If that's petty, sign me up. Call me petty. Just make sure on Taco Tuesday, there's tacos. All right, I'm Tim Black. Get the like button if you like that segment. And everybody going to have the guts to say it. I'm saying it tonight. Let the chips fall where they may. All right, guys. Well, I feel like Jesus. What time is it? 1:40? Let me take a break for a second. I got a special treat for you guys. This is on the house. During the course of this election, there's been one voice who I've been paying attention to that's saying things in a way that I think need to be said. He's not getting celebrated for it, and Lord knows he's only doing this job. But when he does it, it's a thing of beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Jennings of CNN.